Hello, friends. Thank you so much for clicking on this another addition to the Thinking Out Loud series I have on this channel. Let's get straight into it. We've gotten some news recently, a couple days ago, in regards, well, from me, like, recording this video, some days ago, that Expand and Enhance is out. Gonna be out. Hold on. It's gonna be out on March 15th of 2022. So that's this year. That's like almost in a month. Give or take a month. So that's exciting, right? Like to look forward to like a new game, kind of, but not really. Well, at least for the online experience, because that's gonna be quote unquote expanded and enhanced. How likely is that? Unlikely, right? But anyway, it's still something to kind of get excited about. But I would seriously suggest, like having your expectations really low, because we have yet to get gameplay. Highly doubt we're going to get any gameplay. We got like kind of like screenshots of the city. Exciting, but that's not really exciting because that's like screenshots. You can't really tell the difference. Like, and I think that's pretty much what the game is going to look like. It's going to be like, is it new? Is it not new? Well, is it expanded? Is it not enhanced? Like, so honestly, like I said, keep your expectations really, really low. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about me expressing my wishes for this expand and enhance GTA experience. Ultimately, the first thing I want to mention is basically the traffic. Let's update the traffic in both GTA Online and GTA Single Player. Why not? Why is the traffic not updated? We have a bunch of vehicles. There's so many fucking vehicles in GTA Online. I went back to play GTA Single Player for a video that I'm going to be having out next week. But I went back to like play it because I have no footage of me playing it. And I realized that like we're missing so many vehicles. Like you go to the in-game website to like get you a vehicle like that I know for sure that we have in the game because it's online, and you go to like single player, it's not in single player. Like what the fuck is going on here? So that's like hella disappointing. Imagine rolling around in a Kula with Franklin, Trevor, and Michael. Or hear me out, Franklin, Lamar, and Trevor. Doesn't that sound cool? I wanted to do that. I wanted to get like a decent armored type vehicle, and that's like just do bullshitting. But they didn't have all the cool shit. All the cool shit is online. I was like, oh, that's crazy. But anyway, point is, update the fucking traffic. We need more vehicles. We wouldn't need to feel like, oh, that's a nice car. What car is that NPC driving? Get an NPC's car, drive it around, and feel like, oh, I like this car. I want to buy this car. Like, that's obviously dope marketing right there. Like, for us in game. Like, there's no such thing as like racetrack to test drive the car. Like, no, fuck that. Who's really going to be in the car? Like, we spend more time outside than we would do in the auto shop. Or the car meet, I should say. In the car meet. No, like, let's have the whole fucking traffic updated on both single player and online. Let's get into it. The next one I wanted to mention, speaking of vehicles in the game, I want to mention like the fact that we don't really have the freedom, I should say, the freedom that I know that we can have to customize our cars, to customize our vehicles. A lot of car enthusiasts in game always feel like they have to go, and they not feel because they actually do it. They always end up doing like a workaround because Rockstar limits us. So not limits us because I'm not a car enthusiast, but limits the car enthusiasts to be in a bubble basically. A lot of car enthusiasts get on this game, they see cool cars, and they want to customize the fuck out of it, right? However, the car enthusiast community, however, is definitely restricted. And I feel bad for them because this is an awesome game to take advantage of when it comes to customizing your vehicle. They don't really have that luxury unless they do workarounds and glitches and all that stuff. Like, that's a lot of work. But, you know, they love the game that much. They love customizing that much. They're going to do all the stuff that it takes to get a non-legit, like, wheel, or I should say tires, or rims, I'd surely say rims, or non-legit license plates, or non-legit paint jobs. Paint jobs is not game breaking, Rockstar. It's not gonna make it so that Like it's like relax, you know, like people want to do stuff because it's cool. They think it's cool. Let them do what they want. Like they bought the game, right? They paid however money the game was. It's an old ass game. Let them rock out. They're not hurting nobody. Like having these restrictions on customizing these cars just seems ridiculous, if I'm being honest. But then again, I guess I don't know no better. So update that. Like have us like allow the car enthusiasts to let them run wild and free. Let them do what they want, when they want it, how they want it. Let them do it. Next on my wish list is cross console playing. When I say cross console, it's because it seems to be uncertain that PS5 players are not going to be able to play, whether or not they're going to be able to play with PS4 players. Like it's not, at least I haven't, like, you know, it's not certain whether or not it's going to be a thing. Also added to the fact that I wouldn't mind playing with Xbox players. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me anyway if they're on Xbox One or if they're on Xbox Series. It doesn't matter to me. How long as it's like console people, I fucks with. I'm not crazy about PC. Like we all know that GTA Online on PC is a shit show. GTA Online on PC basically looks like, I guess, what PS3 used to look like, because PS3 servers don't exist no more. But basically, that's how I imagine. Like I've seen so many videos and heard so many stories. It's just like, it's not given. It's not given. We don't want no parts of that. Like no console players don't want no parts of that. Keep that over there. And let's ultimately let's maybe have the ability to play cross console. That's it. Full stop. That's kind of what I want. That's kind of what I wish. But I mean, what is the likelihood of that happening? You know. The other thing I want to mention is update the phones. Either get rid of that shit completely or just update it. Our phones are so old. They seem like they're so old. Like, yo, we need new phones. We need new AIs or UIs. We need new UIs for the phones. Like how the phone operates is so whack. It's so dated. I want to be able to have the ability to mute contacts, block contacts, or just straight up like what? Maybe put my phone on do not disturb. Like, don't disturb me. Yo, like the people, let's say I'm one of those people that still haven't done English Dave jobs, like his little missions in free roam, right? That shit will bother the fuck out of you because he'll end up calling you like the wrong Tom. Even the Tom missions, the Tom, the champagne dude from the casino, like he will call you too. And he'll bother you just so you do jobs for him. And imagine like being a PvP and they call you like you're not fast enough to like click off of it or something like that. Like, or no, English Dave actually, you don't click off of it. You have to like either the only way I know, you have to like open the start menu. But what if you're like in a PvP situation? You can't, you're not thinking about that, right? Like now you stuck on the phone. Like, like I want to be able to have the option, at least more options with my phone, and not feel like I'm going back in time every time I use the phone. I personally have like the iPhone 11. I know this game is a game at the end of the day, but the features I have on my IRL, like I kind of need that on online because you get bombarded with missions. I mean, you get bombarded with messages, whether that's text messages and whether that's like phone calls. I don't want none of that stuff. I want to put it in mute. I want to block. I want to do not disturb feature. I want a whole new phone too. Not just those things added. My whole shit scrapped. Like start over. I don't want nothing else but a new phone. Like give us a new phone. Like why we have a new phone? So Expanded Hand should definitely have a new phone or something. Even if it has to, like I'm down for like a paywall situation. I spoke about this briefly in one of my live streams, and I'm down for it to be like a paywall situation. Like instead of buying like a whole business, or I mean, if you want, you could buy a whole building, not necessarily business, but like a building, and it has to involve you also buying a phone or something, like, and then now you don't have to be stuck with this phone from like 10 years ago. Like you good, like you could be cool, like I don't know, because also with the phone, not just like the messages and all that stuff, but the camera is so trash. Why the camera trash on that phone? Yo, we need a whole new phone. Scrap it, start over, don't want it. Next thing I want to I want to add, speaking of like UI, because the phone is basically UI like type thing, right? We need a whole new UI in general, like the whole thing. We need a better interaction menu. Why am I going through so many things just to get my fucking snacks? Like, imagine being in a heated moment, or you in a high state, you trying to like, and I'm just like, you know how many times I died just because I was trying to get my snacks and couldn't get in time because it's like, oh, behind so much shit. And it's just like, god damn, dude. It's like, I would love if they scrap that and start over. That would be dope. If not, if they can't figure it out, I would love if it's like more of a customizing situation. If I want my snacks at the top, let me put my snacks at the top or something, or the second or something like that. The stuff that we have, allow us to move it around if that's the case. If y'all can't figure it out and scrap it and completely do away with it, then like, let us have the ability to do it how. Let us have the ability to access what we want, how we want it. Basically, that's what I wish. I wish that was the case, but what's the likelihood of that happening? Once again, I don't know. So the next one I want to list is actually probably the last one, because that's all I can think about right now is the jobs. Speaking of UI, the jobs, like the pause menu. The pause menu is a mess. We need a new one. That shit is ugly. And it's dated. Like, it's too much. It's too much going on. There's too many jobs in general. Like, speaking in general, it's too many goddamn jobs. We have too many goddamn adversary modes. We need this many adversary modes. Like, just too many jobs. Let's fix it. Let's do better. Let's do fucking better.